Here we see the peanuts getting ready to launch. There's rows and rows of peanuts in this acreage here. That's a combine that we're approaching. And on the other side of the combine, we're going to see Harold Tillis working on it, because these machines need maintenance and sometimes repair right in the field. And so farmers need to be mechanics, scientists, marketers, and more. There's young Harold. I call him young because I'm old. Anyway, so there he is working on the combine, the front part of it there. You could see that one of the panels was off. There's a view of the crops that have been dug out of the ground and put into wind rows where the wind dries them out. Looking over here, we see another combine that's moving, and as it goes along the windrows, it pulls up the dried peanuts, which are on a vine, and it separates the peanuts from the vine, and it puts the remainder of the vegetation out the back of the combine. As you look at the combines, you'll see, like, well, on this one, some of them are pulled by tractors and some of them are motivated by their own power. Here's one that you can see. It's pouring out the stuff that is not peanuts out the back of it. And there's a bin that's part of that machine, and then that bin will be loaded into a cart. Now the cart that you'll see here pulling up on the right is going to pass by. It's empty right now. Excuse me, it's going from right to left, being pulled by a John Deere tractor. And there's trees on this particular field. Some fields are just wide open. Here we see a Tillis Farms semi-tractor trailer hooked up with a Sanchez Farms trailer. There's a little view of the drone's shadow, which is always fun for me as a drone pilot photographer. And there goes a vehicle, and there's a good view of these semi-tractor trailers. There's two of them that were being ready to be loaded. There's me on the very quick one on the left there. But these trailers here, these two, have their roofs open, and now for the first time for me videoing, I'm able to look down into the trailer before the peanuts get in there. Some trailers have an ability to hook up with right to the dryers, and some you have to take it from the trailer and put it into separate machine or areas for drying. These peanuts will have to be dried and processed in other ways. There's a view of the grass that was at this particular area. It's this grass was thin and strong. I don't think I'd put it in my lawn. It just because it kind of caught on my sneakers. There's a picture of the drone shadow coming into the grass, flying over the grass now. You can see the wind coming down from this particular drone. I named it, that's a great shadow shot. This is landing on the hood of the Jeep. Okay, that was quick cut there. There's some equipment that's, for transporting people. There's a dog. That's a great dog, wonderful, happy dog, friendly. He's peanut oriented. He knows what to do. There's a drone operator, unmanned aerial system. By the way, this is Labor Day, and all these people are working on this day. Now here's a view of in a minute we'll see it. There's the combine. Remember, this is a self-propelled one. Some of them are pulled by tractors, like John Deere tractors. Some of them are self-propelled. This is self-propelled. And you can see it shooting out the vine remnants, and the peanuts are in that bin, which is somewhat visible there. On that, you can see where the bin can be tilted and poured into the cart, the empty cart. Here's some of the windrows of the peanuts. This is several acres. Here we're looking over, that's 100th Avenue Northwest of Levy County, and we're adjacent to County Road 347. In a minute we're going to look, well, I think we're going to look. It's been a while since I filmed this. There's the windrows, and there's the product that is put out from the, there we go. Looking over to the left on this aerial view is the unrecorded subdivision known as Gemlands. Looks like a bunch of trees, but there's people with structures in there where they live. There's 100th Avenue Northwest in Levy County. This is Labor Day. There's the clouds. Rain presents a problem for peanut farmers. There goes a vehicle heading towards maybe Fowler's Bluff, maybe even all the way to Cedar Key. Now what we're going to see is the grass, which that can't be harvested for anything, I don't think. That was a very quick turnaround. Oh, there's that unmanned aerial system operator. There's a gentleman with a flat, big shovel. He's going to help direct the peanuts from this cart. This is a cart that's full of peanuts being pulled from the field where it was loaded from the combine, where the combine pulled it up from the ground. Diggers are machines or inverters. They invert the vine from the ground and put them into the windrows where the vines dry and the peanuts are able to be harvested. What we're going to see here is an unmanned aerial system pilot who's looking from the ground, not through the machine because it was too bright on my screen for me to see where I was pointing this thing on Labor Day. And what we're going to see is a good view of an oak tree, but on the other side of that oak tree we'll be able to see a little bit of the cart because the camera wasn't pointed quite down enough. And later in this relatively long video, there's better pictures, better video of carts pouring into trailers. So we can spend some time here. These guys are working in hot weather, and the farmers hope for the weather to turn out with the rain and the sun to work as they want it to. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Farming is a tough manual job. And there's that cart. See it being dumped on the other side of that cart. If we were gone to the other side to film, like would have been a better thing. If this is better planned by me, we would see the peanuts going out from the cart into the trailer. This particular cart operator is able to move it properly along the trailer to load it so it doesn't overflow. And this is a ground view of the combine being pulled by, this is not a self-propelled combine. This one's being pulled by a John Deere tractor. There's some self-propelled ones out there. This one here is being serviced. That was quick. Here's a classic view from 2011 of a cart being loaded by a combine. And this is some of the same farmers, the Murray Tillis team is what I might call them. But this is from 2011. And once again, this was Hardison Ink out there. And these guys, back here's another one. This is coming up on a combine. These guys, back then, put me in a little cart and helped me film this without a drone. This is from the ground. There's John Deere. And they're using radios, too, to talk to each other and talk about what's going on. So that everybody knows what's going on. There's another cart being poured into a trailer. And that's going to wrap up this 10-minute plus video with just a little more film, which we're going to let it be silent.